Tanning is an ancient industry, as well as people using cloths for covering their bodies or using the simplest furniture or utensils. Starting with the simplest equipment, leather tanning technology has developed along with the growth and diversity of market demand for various leather products. Despite having bright economic prospects, most of tanneries in Southeast Asia, especially in Indonesia, are in the small and medium scale. This causes many problems. The major challenges faced by this industry are environmental pollution and occupational safety and health of its workers.
On behalf of the Ministry of Industry and Trade, Republic of Indonesia, I sincerely thank UNIDO for the assistance rendered to Leather Research Institute so that the new effluent treatment plant in Sitimulya, Bantul, Yogyakarta could finally in operation. I found these facilities are very helpful not only to the Leather Research Institute but also to the tanning industry. Indonesia will always support any UNIDO assistance in the future, such as in Magetan and other locations. This is to raise Indonesia leather products competitiveness in global market.
In Indonesia, there are 112 companies in the leather industry. 97 companies are located in Java. More than 70% of these are currently operating in tanning industry. By the end of 1996, export leather industry and leather product achieved $2.4 billion. That became the third largest export revenue after textile and wood products. 30% out of the total export has contributed by small-scale leather industries, were concentrated in leather production clusters. Until now, the world market demand to leather industry and leather products are fairly great, while Indonesian market share to the world import less than 7.7%. It shows that the opportunities for leather industry and leather products to enhance the export market is still greatly open.
According to the function of IRDLAI in related to the pollution, this institute is carrying out R&D activities on technology, raw materials, product, equipment, and pollution control in the field of leather product.
The main challenge for this industry to enhance the market share for world export is still having tough competition, especially for international market and environmental issue.
Major tanneries in Indonesia belong to medium and small category, so the environmental pollution awareness must be improved and the cleaner production have to be adopted step by step to achieve the global market.
Some of medium and large-scale tanneries were built in the colonial era. At that time, the locations of such tanneries were swampy land far away from habitations. Yet, after declaration of independence of the country, populations moved closer to such locations.
CV Sabta Tunggal have been in this location for the past 88 years. When we started the tannery, this area had no population. At the time, it is a colonial era. Now, the pressure of population has increased. We have big problem about environment. We were planned for relocation this factory.
Vegetable and chrome tanning are well-known processes, but of late, chrome tanning is very widely practiced all over the world, including Indonesia. Much of the vegetable tanned leather also undergoes further chrome tanning, referred to as semi-chroming. Waste chrome from the tanning process is considered hazardous in many countries, and it has to be strictly controlled. UNIDO, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, is mandated to assist the developing countries in solving the problem of environmental pollution caused by tanneries.
The UNIDO project of assistance to pollution control in the tanning industry is part of a regional effort which we have undertaken in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Indonesia. Our objective is to place the tanning industry in these developing countries on a more competitive and an environmentally sustainable basis. In Indonesia, we undertook the project with a very generous contribution from the Swiss government, and we covered basically 3 activities. In Yogjakarta, in Magetan, in Sidoarjo and in Garut. We transferred effluent treatment technology backed up by training to both the industry and to industry operators. We did training for occupational safety and health measures within the industry, and we did training and demonstration of cleaner production methods within the tanning industry. The training was provided to all levels of management, both within the government as well as in the private sector, and that was very important. And we undertook it both inside Indonesia as well as abroad. Our project headquarters are located in Madras, where the main technical staff are located, and quite a lot of international staff was brought in to help transfer the latest know-how to Indonesian industry. I would like to express my gratitude and that of UNIDO to our partners in this project, without whom it would not have been successful. We enjoyed great support from the Ministry of Industry and Trade and IRDLAI. We have to recognize the efforts made by the provincial government of Yogyakarta, who was very supportive of our project. And last but not least, to our colleagues in the Tranners Association, APKI, who stayed with us through this project in realizing its success. I hope that the results of this project will stay beyond its completion and will help to place the Indonesian industry on an internationally more competitive and an environmentally sustainable basis.
In 1995, in Indonesia, to be precise, in Gambiran village, Yogyakarta, a pilot effluent treatment plant was conceived to treat the effluent generated by small and tiny tanneries. The effluent treatment plant was designed to treat 200 cubic meter of effluent every day. In February 1998, the effluent treatment plant was tested under supervision of British Leather Corporation of the United Kingdom. However, quite unfortunately, in May 1998, while this country was engulfed in a major political and social crisis, people around Gambiran ETP protested against its operation and demanded its closure.
Although IRDLAI had done some efforts to anticipate the order, the Gambiran people still insisted the stop of the tanning activity and the tannery effluent treatment in Gambiran.
After negotiation between UNIDO, Ministry of Industry and Trade, and also Governor of Yogyakarta Province, Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono X, it was agreed to relocate the Gambiran tannery and the ETP to a new site in Sitimulya village, Bantul district, Yogyakarta. It was also decided that other tanneries of Yogyakarta will also be asked to move to this new site. Accordingly, IRDLAI rebuilt the tannery and ETP infrastructure completely in 1999. UNIDO, as per agreement, supplied additional equipment and machine for tannery, as well as the laboratory equipment for waste processing, and entrusted the implementation of relocation to PT Nusantara Water Center Jakarta, its subcontractor. The ETP is now built in an arid region in Sitimulya village and far away from community. Infrastructure such as road, electricity and clean water were provided by the government to facilitate the relocation of the tannery and the ETP. In accordance with the relocation plan, the tannery, ETP, and laboratory have been re-established. Chemical storage yards set up, all according to accepted OSH requirements.
The tannery is now in good working order. UNIDO assistance has helped us adopt cleaner methods of tanning. We hope small tanners will process raw material in Sitimulya tannery.
While tanning hides and skins, liquid and solid waste is generated. For processing 1 kilogram of hide, about 40 to 45 liters of water is used. Besides, a number of chemicals are employed. Only 15% of chemicals are absorbed by the hide, the remainder flowing out with the wastewater. Cleaner tanning processes help reduce pollution generated. In Indonesia, pollutant discharge limits are 150 milligrams per liter for BOD, 300 milligrams per liter for COD, 150 milligrams per liter for TSS, 1 milligram per liter for sulfate or H2S, and 2 milligrams per liter for chrome.
The ETP Sitimulya is working quite well. We are able to meet all discharge standards without any difficulty.
The establishment of Sitimulya beam house and effluent treatment plant has solved the problem of small and medium-scale tanneries, not only around Yogyakarta but also in Java.
After successful testing, UNIDO experts trained the tannery and ETP personnel in cleaner tanning and efficient operation and maintenance of ETP. The tannery and the ETP were inaugurated by the Minister of Industry and Trade, Mr. Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, and also Governor of Yogyakarta Province, Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono X on July 14, 2000 at Sitimulya, Bantul, Yogyakarta. Small private tanners have been and are intending to utilize this facility for processing their raw material, and they can now process the hides and skins in an environment-friendly manner.
Saya telah memanfaatkan
I have been used Sitimulya leather tannery in Yogyakarta for processing our rawhide material. I've got a good quality product from the process. I really thank Sitimulya tannery for support my leather business.
Saya di bidang perburukan.
Udimawur was founded in 1966 in Yogyakarta. At the moment, our capacity is around 7,000 pieces, goat and sheepskins, mainly coming from local sources here in Indonesia. We found that with the new facility in IRDLAI, it will be a big benefit not only for the institute itself, but for our operation, whereby in certain times we have excess capacity of supply, so that with this additional capacity we can have collaboration together with IRDLAI to process during certain time of the excess capacity. We have found that the collaboration with the institutes has progressed so much in the last few years, and that particularly with UNIDO, they have given us a lot of help to produce cleaner production, to make our tannery environment much better, cleaner, not only for the workers inside the factory, but also for the people who live in the vicinity of our factory.
For further details, please contact IRDLAI, the Institute of Research and Development for Leather and its Allied Industry, on this address.